video disappeared. That's good. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. It's back. Okay. Hope y'all can hear me. It says it's muted. Let's see here. Check on here. I'm still learning this OBS thing. It gets. There we go. All right. It is working. So anyway, a lot's going on, right? I discovered quite a bit. Did some research today on what's around me, but also around the Mendocino National Forest, BLM closures, a little bit on the Hennessey Fire. So I thought we'd just chat it up, see what we, I don't know, say hi and see what's going on. So without further ado, hopefully Overland Family Man is going to be joining us here at some bit, but not going to hold my breath. So without further ado, let's move on to screen sharing. And here. So I took this earlier, my place, about 45 minutes ago. That's looking almost due west. You can hear the radio going in the background. I still have my scanners on. That's looking about west. The wind all day was going pretty much east, so directly over my place. But around 7 o'clock, it took a hard 90 to the south. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, because it looks like the smoke's thinning out. So I would maybe falsely assume that the fire is still west of us. So that shift means, you know, it's sad for the people who are south of us. They're talking about evacuations in Hillsborough, possibly mandatory evacuations, possibly tomorrow. Hillsborough's the next town up from me, not that far. And they're talking about the possibility of the city of Guerneville not doing so good tonight. Thoughts and prayers if I'm religious, but I'm not, to all of you out there in that area and any family members of somebody who's watching here. Yeah, not so pretty. Anyway, so I found this. These are all posted on Bluebeard Adventures. I posted all these links, and probably on my own page too, and if I did, I made them public. So these were interactive maps. There's links to all these. Turn those down. They found somebody's door open. So I got the sheriff going on one radio and the Sonoma County Fire on the other radio. I'll just turn those down so I don't get distracted. Interactive map link already in the description if you want to see this. This is all the fires that are going on. This is the Hennessey Fire over in here. As you can see, that's something else. I mean, look at that. It almost completely encompasses Lake Berryessa. What gets me though is this one over here. These red spots are hot spots that were detected by a satellite. So that's like, you know, extra hot. And then from there you can kind of form some outline, because not everywhere's a hot spot. It seems like it's heading both east, but then west or south. Between us and the fire currently, we have a huge number of grapes in through here, and then we have the Russian River, which is pretty wide because it slows down right there. A lot of greenery, willows and whatnot, and then we have a huge section of grapes again. The grapes this time of year are irrigated very heavily, so that's a pretty green area. All the soil is perfectly clean. So that's like a fire break that's like 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile wide. Sure, fire could jump that, but that's a pretty good fighting chance. I've seen dirt roads used as fire breaks before. So we have, again, a huge vineyard, huge section of river, another huge vineyard to get to Windsor. However, it's all dependent on the weather. You never know in the wind what's going to happen. We'll get to that one here in a bit, though, too. Sky just likes, yeah. Oh, really? It's that bad up there, too? If we zoom out on this, there's fires everywhere. You can zoom out on this and see. There you go. Up in, I believe this is your area here. The map doesn't really do a good job of telling you where you're at. See, there's red. I guess that's Red Bluff. I don't know. Anyway, you can find a link to this map. Butte Lightning Complex. So complex fires, those are ones that have merged. Interactive map, really handy if you're looking for, you know, tracking loved ones and whatnot. This morning they were talking about this Hennessey Fire heading towards Vacaville, heading kind of southwest or southeast. I'm sorry. it's a lot going on, and then we've got all these fires. They don't really have. I mean, I'm no expert, but what they were saying yesterday on the Cal Fire live stream is they've got a lot of resources. They're calling in more resources, but it's I forget how they phrased it, and I believe I shared. I know I shared a link on my Facebook. I hope I made it public, where they're talking about basically there's so many fires. There's just lack of personnel. They just need to get more people here. But look at how many fires are burning. They said that 360 fires were started between, what was it, I think Sunday, Monday? You can see all this on their live stream. 360 fires that were, and then eventually combined into 60 large fires, complex fires. And look at this. These are huge. Look how much of the state is burning. Oops. I'm trying to zoom out here. That is a massive area. Like, so if you want to see this, there's a link to the description, or in the description down below. I also found this one. So if you're in my area, or just you're playing curious, these are all different cameras. Let's see. No, I don't want to make it too small. Let's see what it shows up like on the screen. You click on a camera and it shows you a little picture. You click on the picture and it gives you a bigger picture of what that camera actually sees. So it kind of gives you a thumbnail. Milanos, but in Red Bluff and Chico, Cal, far west of us in Red Bank. Well, I hope you're safe. That's the important part. All of you, anybody who's watching. So you can check out these cameras. There's a link to this in the description also. This is Cobb Mountain Camera 2, getting dark. Barham North. No, I want that one. Atlas Peak West. It's getting pretty dark. I could see I'd be having trouble. I guess those look like hot spots. Everybody's been evacuated. Unless it's somebody who just refused to leave, which we have had a lot of those. And that's thick smoke, huh? Again, link in the description to this site if you want to check it out for yourself. It's much better during the day. Does it actually play a time lapse? Oh, that does play a time lapse. Let's see if we can find one. Is this one still burning? Time lapse, last 15 minutes. I haven't actually done this. I thought you could, and sure enough you can. So let's see what it does. Hopefully it goes quickly. We've got a hardwired internet connection, so keep it going. It's like, I don't know. That's a lot to compress. Used to looking off into the blue, wild blue yonder, and not having so much action going on right below it. And I think they said this morning like 13 towers have been taken out with cameras. That's quite a number. Yeah, so I don't know about that. I'm not going to sit around forever. But there's a whole bunch of cameras, as you can see. Rock pile camera. That looks like it's looking south, somewhere around Lake Sonoma area. That's not looking good. Not looking good at all. Moving on. Found this from, my brother sent me this morning. Showing me about the VLM closures. So I called the office. They were very friendly. I actually spoke with this nice lady here, and she gave me her email. Or actually, I didn't need to. It's right there. I called her up. Very patient with me. Later on, I realized that the information I needed was basically right in here. How do I understand the closures? Well, I basically came in here and went, various management area, Cache Creek management area, and I Googled them. That's how I found them and found the places that are closed. So be aware there's now closures in BLM land that you need to be aware of. If you're planning to go out for the day or for the weekend or for a month or a week, check the closures on their websites. There's a link to this already in the description, so feel free to open it up as a tab, come back and look at it later, whatever you want. It's all there. Family now. Where am I in my family now? I'll show you. So I am, as of last night, 6 miles from this fire due east. My guess is somewhere about in here, because these aren't actually labeled, which is really frustrating. If I let it load? No. So I judging by the terrain, I have a hard time saying, but I am basically due east of this Wallbridge fire right in here. 5 to 6 miles from it, and I haven't heard today's update, so I don't know how close it is throughout the day. Currently, I'm packed and ready to go. The only thing I'd have to grab is the computer I'm using right now and my couple radios in my backpack with my toiletries and whatnot. We're out. Truck's already packed. Tiny house is packed. Tools are gone. Camping gear's gone. Dirt bike's gone. It's all gone. It's all been hauled away, so I could be out of here in no time at all. That's where I am. So moving on, here's an example of one of the places I found was Cache Creek area. Apparently there's some BLM over in here. I wasn't able to find it on any of my maps because they don't go far enough south. But they're saying it's in here. I have seen signs for it, so I know it exists. But this area is closed off. They list all of them. Hunter camp up in here. That's all closed off. Because this is that. So this right here, these LNU lightning complex fires, those are this big one over here around Lake Berryessa. So these right here, those are where they started, those 3 fires. So we got Vacaville down over, let's see if we can get a frame of reference. Vacaville, Annandale, or Allendale, Napa. Now let's go back to here. There's Lake Berryessa, where is it? Right here. It's basically surrounded it. Oh. Yeah, links in the descriptions if you really want to analyze it. It's kind of depressing. Yes, we have an escape route going north. Our only route out of town is a 2-lane highway, the 101. Last time we got out for the Kincaid fire, it was a complete mess. It was gridlock all the way out of town because everybody left all at the same time. I can see the freeway from my place, so it's easy to get to, but my neighbor's calling. Let me send him a message. Please text me. There we go. Sorry, Rick, if you're watching. Get back to chat. Yeah, we're going to go north because that seems to be where there's fewer fires, in my opinion, but who knows? My mom said we could head down to Petaluma. It's all up in the air. Right now, we're right in between these fires, so in theory, we could just go north or south and we'd be safe. The bigger concern is, are these fires going to go east or west? Today, this one, the smoke was blowing all the way east, basically over this fire, so whoever's east of this fire must have just been inundated today. Just inundated. I can't believe we've been having it rain, leaves, and I found some ash bark, like bark that had come off and burnt. It was charcoal out here in the driveway. It's been raining ash for a day and a half now, and I can't. Our fire is nothing compared to that other one. I can't imagine that fire plus our fire blowing over the amount of ash. It must be just unreal. But does it digress? I don't know. So I found this today too. There's a link to this also. This is the Mendocino National Forest website interactive map. So on here you can find closures and warnings and whatnot. Oh, it looks like it's not just the one forest. It looks like it's all of them. But these, I do believe, the red ones are fires. I didn't even see what that said. Forgive me, as I want to find out what my neighbor says, as we are not only in a pandemic, but fires. Hey, Rick here. Road, Hillsborough Fire is slowly cresting. So, we're here on Chamais, I can't pronounce that, sorry. In Hillsborough, fire is slowly cresting the ridges. Air support is dropping, retardant all along Chimes Road to hold fire before it hits the West Dry Creek and West Side Road. I need to be able to see more, make it bigger. The fire seems to be dying down a bit before the evening. Not sure how things look over in Guerneville, but I know a bunch of fire resources are over there as well. Hope you're faring best of luck. Doing good so far. So, fire season again. Yeah, this isn't only just like a fire season, but it's early and it's came with a vengeance. This is not like we had the complex fire, the Mendocino complex fire in what, 2018. The Tubbs fire in what, 17? This is like the 4th year in a row, and those were big fires. Don't get me wrong, but these are bigger. Like I said it last night, and these fires seem to me like a slow death. we're going to see this coming, and it's just going to slowly grow and grow and grow and grow and grow until it gets us. Not like the Tubbs fire where it started in Napa and it came all the way over to Santa Rosa that like, what, from 1 a.m. to like 5 a.m. or something, just boop, right over there, done. This has been a very slow burn. It's kind of frustrating. That, and now I'm out of spring water. I don't want to leave because if I leave and they issue an evacuation order, I can't get back in. And where I need to get this, where I go to get the spring water, that's FH7 is closed off. So I'm back to drinking tap water. Covered in ash. Yeah, covered in ash. Yeah, everything gets covered in ash. We don't have it that bad, I got to admit. We got it pretty good this year, or this time around. The smoke is really high, so we got a faint smell of smoke. It's not thick, it's not down low. And what is coming down of ash is very tolerable. The neighbors and I have been calling it California snow, because we don't really get snow here. But we get falling ash. So as I look out the window, it's now moving further and further to the south, which for Guerneville is actually terrible news. Terrible news. Yeah, I'm seeing blue skies. I mean, it's good news for me, but it's not good news for them. Link to the description in the description for this video, for this interactive site. If you don't mind, I want to remind you all that we are on Patreon now. This stuff takes a lot of time, a lot of effort to put together, and we love doing it, and we intend to keep doing it, but we really need, the amount of content we do, we need to start asking for some kind of support. And on there, because with the support we're asking for, you get a lot more than you're getting here. There's posts daily. Some of them are outtakes that are kind of funny, just short little video clips that we're not going to post to YouTube. If you want, my pins are on there, you can buy those. I announce more stuff when I'm going like on trips and whatnot. It's easier to organize the messages. Also, Bluebeard Adventures on Facebook. If you want to join the group, it's free. Look it up on there also. Overland Trail Guides. Yeah, I know I'll survive. Thank you for your support on Patreon, and I can't wait to have you guys on as another guest. If you guys haven't looked into them, check out their website. It does have a lot of information on their website. And hopefully they're going to have some content on their YouTube channel. I saw a couple of tests tonight. So with a test flight comes a test pilot comes a test launch, right? So this is not pre-recorded. Nope, live. See? There's the response to your question. Live right now. Well, actually, there's like a 12 or a 13 second delay. I cannot lie. I don't know why there's two maps. I just realized that I'm not even on the screen. I thought I had that shared. So next, here we go. Moving on. So even Google Earth shows up some of the fires. These are where those three started. I think I was mentioning that earlier. There's where I am. I'm not sure why these fires are not listed in here. Yeah, there you go. Leech Mountain, though, the only problem with that, there's only one way in and one way out. So I'd be concerned that if fire did hit there, I'd be stuck. I like two ways out. At least here, I have south and north. Well, I do have west and east, but there's fires. So, yeah, I'd love to go camping. I actually said that yesterday, the day before. I just said to the wife, like, can we just go camping? I mean, can't really work anyway. My tools are down in Rohnert Park, so what else is going on? So let's go camping. Well, no, half the forest is on fire. I think I have a map of that somewhere. Where did I see that? Oh, man. That'll come to me. I'll find it. I'll remember. Was it on their website? Oops. Hennessey National Forest right there. Come on. You're going to be that slow, really? Test your guys' patience. Or maybe it just won't load. Somewhere I just found, I swear I had it up. Yeah, I'll find it. I'll put a link in the description. It's burning up at Whole Mountain has a fire. Man, I swear I had that up. Whole Mountain has a fire burning, and so does yeah, here it is. That's where it originated. On the top of Whole Mountain's over here. So there's a fire burning over there. So M1 is closed. That's what I wanted, was their description too. I realized I didn't even load it. I need DOC National Forest. Here we go. Facebook like redid their thing, and I'm still learning. Okay, here we go. They had 8 hours ago, so they've released these. There should be a link to this in the description, also a description of the area and a description of the closures. To me, it was pretty obvious in the last one. This one's a little less obvious. I don't know where Route 2... I know where some of the roads are, like 307, but I don't know where 306 is. So, they did describe what roads were closed, which is probably right here in a snake that would bite me otherwise, but it is what it is. Anyway, link in the description to this information. If you want to know about what's going on in the Mendocino National Forest, I highly recommend you check it out before you go into the forest, because a lot of places are closed. We want to stay out of the way. We don't want to be a burden and them tripping over us or saving our life. Here's the live stream. I was talking about this earlier.
So, my name's John Germinating. I am the deputy.
I'm not going to play the whole thing.
15, and we took possession of the fire yesterday. So this is August.
Pause. Link to this in the description already. Again, Mendocino National Forest is a great... They put a lot of information on their website, so please check it out. So the one that's burning in the Mendocino, from what I understand, is the August Complex is the bigger one of the two up north. That was, I think they said in this live stream, it was like 12 or 13 fires that combined into one now to form the complex fire. So that's kind of devastating and not so cool, I gotta say. A little sad. You guys are all safe though, right? They're supposed to start rolling blackouts for us all too. Oh, great! Really? Well, that sucks because I feel for a lot of people. I gotta admit that I'm privileged that I have a 25 amp Honda generator in the back of the truck with about a week's worth of fuel. So if the power goes out, I can run the refrigerator, I can run the stove, I can still run this computer, and as long as the internet's connected at the other end, I can still power my modem. So I said bring it on. If I can't go camping in the woods, I guess force me to go camping here. Whatever, I'm okay with that. Again, so the other thing I haven't gotten to yet, close this tab. We do there. I know this is still a little strange, we're getting to make it work, but radios, very handy. I've been listening to these most of the day. Earlier I was listening to the Sonoma County Sheriff, which I don't know which one's which. I have to look it up. I do have...
81 residential fire alarm 416 Fifth Street, 416 Fifth Street, Hillsborough, Control 2, 2035.
There you go. There's a fire in Hillsborough. You heard it here first, right? That's Sonoma County Fire, I believe, at 154.310. Most of the day it's been medical aid, so like someone's hurt, been hit by a car or whatnot. But there were parts yesterday where I was when they first discovered flames in Monterey. I heard it on the scanner. There's a full report of flames in Monterey, and you get that stuff far before Nixle, so you're kind of on top of things. It's completely legal to listen to these. The other one, I have the sheriff. Earlier they were doing the high-low sirens through Greenville, and then they were also reporting on where they'd been on the radios, so I was listening to them. In some cases, they were finding people that were refusing to leave. You heard earlier on the stream that one person went to a house and they found the door wide open. So you get a lot of information off of these, and they're not that expensive. They're not expensive, and we can use them when we're camping. I bought the. If you watch the live stream, we were talking about the GMRS license. I got mine in 2 days for $70 for 10 years. I can use 50 watts. That's a lot of power. But these, they double as scanners. Now the rugged radios, that's a great idea. but you're locked in on their frequencies. These I get whatever I want. I've even included in the description the NOAA frequencies and whatnot. Alright, so this is again Saturday. It was crazy intense lightning storm. Really? You know, I was wondering while I was out here watching it.
10-meter hazardous condition, East Avenue.
When we were watching it from the driveway here in like 4 in the morning, I was wishing I was up there. Did you see a lot of fires start? Did you guys trail guide, overland trail guides? Like, I'd be curious. Like, man, I gotta admit I'm torn because part of me is like, oh, that'd be so awesome to be in the forest for that, and then part of me is like, oh shit, if a fire breaks out, at least at that spot you got a good chance of getting out, because there is somewhere in there there's another entrance or exit out down the main road, and then you have the other one that leads over to FH7, and FH7 goes to east and west. So in theory, well, you hope you're lucky, because with what was it, 1,000, 1,100 lightning strikes. Ugh. Audio PG or ESP. Smart grids. Well, oh, so we can selectively turn things off. Is that what you're saying? Because I know if things are energized, the fire department doesn't apply water, and I don't blame them, to be honest. I don't blame them one bit. You want to see that list I was just talking about? Here we go. Here. So this is a website right here, radioreference.com, free, doesn't cost any money, and you can search by state, you can search by county, you can search by city, and then you come in here and you get all these different frequencies. Right now I'm listening to this one, 453.725, and you can scroll down, and then I don't know if this is the one I'm listening to, 146, no, I'm listening to 154. Anyway, I tried a bunch of these earlier. I tried the mutual aid frequencies. Really didn't hear anything. I heard a little bit of radio chatter, but nothing that interesting. Didn't check the regional parks. Didn't really care. Cities, didn't go about those. Although, oh, the Hillsborough Fire Department doesn't have any. What if we turn in Hillsborough PD? Let's see if they're reporting any fire stuff. 150. Okay, well that's kind of quiet. Let's see here, Hillsborough Police Secondary. Let's try that one. So we'll try the Hillsborough. Again, this is free. You can search for all of these, and there's nothing wrong with listening. It's completely legal. It's just don't talk. What I generally do is turn my radio power down to low, so that even if I do click the mic, it doesn't go very far. Yeah, solar's a tough one, man. I did it once on an off-grid unit, for a tiny house, nothing small, nothing big, but if I were to do the house, I'd pay for it for sure. What I really want is a transfer switch, not so that I can plug the generator in safely. You know, you turn the switch over so you're running off the generator and not the grid. So if the power comes on, you're not backfeeding the grid, basically, because that would be dangerous for them and for us. So anyway, link to this in the description, radioreference.com. Great place to get radio frequencies. You get them from all over the place. Other agencies, amateur radio, live radio. I mean, we could start over again. Where did I go for database frequency? Yeah, here you go. So you go right by state, California, metro area. Down at the bottom is Windsor. Even in here, I gotta move my thingy here. No, oh yeah, no, Windsor, Detroit. That's not right. How about if I search? Oh, here we go, city. Oh, we got nothing. Anyway, oh, I didn't put it in the right place. Haha. Retrieve. There it is. So it found my location, my zip code. So can you create a grid with your neighbors? Share solar batteries. Oh, that's pretty darn clever. To share your grid with everybody else, that would be good. I'm all for alternative energy sources, by the way. And then I also have my own list. This is my cheat sheet I carry around when I'm camping. I have all the different, so I got Cloverdale, Cotati, Hillsborough, Petaluma, Santa Rosa, Sebastopol, Sonoma County Fire Dispatch, that's one of the ones I'm listening to right now. I'm also listening to this one, this, Sonoma County Sheriff Dispatch. I don't know, but I don't know much about the expense myself. I'm hoping Overland Trail Guides has some idea, but I know nothing's cheap these days. Cal Fire frequencies, air to ground frequencies, all the GMRS frequencies, Ukiah PD, NOAA weather stations, more police and whatnot. So if you do want this, I put a lot of it in the description, but if it's not all there, feel free to write me, and I would gladly, I'll post it in the comments or something, make it easy for you to get to. Because again, it's all public information, it's completely legal. I listen to the admin frequency every morning of the Mendocino National Forest to get the weather report, because they give a weather report for that area. Switch back over. I know it's really annoying, I'm sorry, but there we go. I like getting the weather report. It's more accurate to get it from the Forest Service than it is to get it from NOAA. Although I can get it from, when I'm up at, say, Board Tree, I can pick up the Sacramento, Lake County, and Point Arena. But those are far away from me. Those don't do me any good when I'm up there. The Forest Service does cover that. I think it's 10 or 11. I have it in the description of the radio live stream and video I've made. It's all in there. Same with the frequency. So you can tune in, and they do it again in the evening too. So you can get a fresh weather report for the area you're in, because as many of you know, the forest, when you're that high up, the weather's completely different up there. Like, completely different. I'm gonna drink some water. That's much better. So those frequencies are handy. These radios handy. I'm not sponsored by these guys whatsoever. I'm just saying that I find them extremely handy. When the wife and I went for a drive last weekend to go try to find that bomber, we brought radios, and there was actually a good time. It was a good time because we needed to, or good timing because we had to use them for the Subaru. There was a pretty steep hill with a deep rut washout that went all the way down, and I had her spot me as I went around the corner so that I didn't get too heavy to one side, and we just used the radios. But again, while I'm here, I have what I consider peace of mind here. I have an idea what's going on. I'm hearing information that other people aren't hearing. You heard it on here just a bit ago that they had reports of fire at a house in Hillsborough. That sucks. Again, that's the next town up from me. I can actually, can we pull that up on the map? I think I do it, don't I have a map open? Yeah, Guerneville. There was already reports of flame here in Rio Negro yesterday, but now they're talking about this town of Guerneville. Let's see if we can show it. They're talking about this as just probably not being here tomorrow. But look at it. It's surrounded by forest. This fire is going to head down south. So apparently it started over here, and it's just been spreading in 360 degrees as it goes. From what I just heard from a text, the fire is over to about here. Okay, I'm here. That's me. But the fire is supposed to pretty much take out Guerneville tonight. That's the prediction. Spread the cost. HOA. Ugh. So that's a better idea where I'm at. I'm pretty much straight across. Again, the fire started here, but they're thinking Hillsborough is in more danger. So actually, he's seeing them over in here somewhere as the fire. But Hillsborough's got a lot of money here. There's a lot of very rich people live in Hillsborough. And the fire tankers were hitting this area real hard. I think they're using this area as a fire break. That's my guess, because there's not a lot of trees. It's mostly grapes and other kinds of easy to control, not much grass. How's that? A lot of these vineyards, they plow down the middle, so there's nothing to really burn. Some of them have overhead sprinklers, so they turn those on. They're the best fire breaks ever. But remember I was talking about how the vineyards I have between me and it? So this is all green right now. I was just up there in my drone yesterday, and there were no TFRs, and I did have ATC authorization. Also, I put the FAA approved 3-mile visible strobe light on my drone, so I was compliant. I can't be today because now there's a TFR. As of yesterday, all of this was just a dark green. So it's got to jump all of this grassland, jump all this greenland, jump this grassland and these ponds. This is Riverfront Park. Riverfront because the river's right here. And then it's got to burn through the city to get to me. So forgive me as it's maybe false optimism, but yeah, this is the evacuation zone, the 101, from what I understand. Or no, it's the frontage road that runs down the 101. Right now, that's the edge of the mandatory evacuations. And then down here to my town, so right here, this Windsor River Road, that's the edge also. This is all closed off. Everything west of this road right here is closed off. And then I'm not sure about down in here, but I know that all this is mandatory evacuations. And I was pretty sure I saw flames on this ridge or this ridge the night before. When I was able to fly legally. So again, legally, that's the important thing. So who knows? It's going to be an interesting time. I got to admit, I'm spending more time thinking about what's going on in the forest than I am here, because I'm sad to. I just started exploring that portion of the forest and really liking it, and now it's all probably burning. That would be. Oh, all those are dark now. Oh wait, not all of them. Are these actually live still? Man, look at those flames. That camera is over here, so south end of Lake Sonoma, looking almost, or north, a little bit west. Man, that's scary. But I can't tell if it's actually moving or not. And what's this one do? That's just a shower of sparks. Will you play this time? I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure why I doubled the screen. It looks like in the bottom right hand corner there's a little box of the same screen. It's supposed to show me. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Again, links to all this in the description. It's all free to use. It costs no money. The other thing I would say is I've been looking at the app Windy. Free download to use it basic, but it's like $50 for the advanced version. But I haven't cared about the advanced version. It doesn't seem to do anything I want it to do, so I could care less. I've been using the free version, but it shows you all the wind currents, which I thought I had that up too. Oh no, that one was out of date. That's why I closed it. Windy, the app shows you the wind, and it's kind of like a weather app where you can check what it's going to be like in 5 hours, what it's going to be like tomorrow in the afternoon. You can see all of that. See, where are we? So again, we're over in here. All of this links in the description, along with my Patreon. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit, leave comments. These chats are awesome. Comments are great too. Even if it's constructive criticism about your audio is funky or something, I'll take any of it. Or keep something higher up or whatever. I am changing these live streams to make them faster, easier, and more comfortable for me, so I can spend more time on just the information and less time running them. So the faster I can learn on that learning curve, and you can help me by teaching me, or constructive criticism works as teaching, it'll definitely go a long ways for me. Check out all the links in these descriptions. Again, I'll get back into more longer topics, more adventures and whatnot. Overland Family Man is going to be coming on with his big adventure. He just spent 8 days out there. Got footage of a, let me change this over. Got footage of a bear running through the woods. So that's pretty cool. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hear his Overland Trail Guides. I hope you're coming on soon. And whenever you're ready for me to come on, I'm in. No, I'm down. No, I'm in the country. Oh, well, I did it. If you're talking about the cost of a solar system, the last one I did was 5 years ago. It was $12,000 for the materials, and it took me a day to wire it all up, at least, because I had to wire up all the battery connections and the inverter, the charge controller, program the charge controller, and then put in all the DC breakers and a breaker box. And yeah, it's not impossible. It's pretty easy to learn how to do, but if you don't do the battery settings right, you're going to cost yourself a ton of money, because you're going to boil them up and they won't last very long. So install it yourself, and maybe have somebody tune it. That would be my small bit of advice. Very small bit of advice. So anyway, a lot is gonna come. We're still working on some videos, but it's really hard when we have most of our stuff packed in the truck. prepared to evacuate because we don't know what's going to happen. Both the Hennessey Fire and the Wildland Fire. If the wind changes direction, I'm done. Now that's the same with anybody though. The Hennessey Fire is so big that no matter where it goes, it's gonna wipe out everything. The fire front is huge, massive amount of area. It's almost mind-boggling. Yesterday we burned 300,000 acres. This year alone, the complex fire itself burned 850,000 acres, I think it was. Man, it's still early. We got a long way to go. It's kind of scary, but you know, I got the radios, staying in touch with all the neighbors. I don't plan to stay and fight. I'm leaving. Let it all burn. It's all insured. Oh, batteries are real expensive, and sky's the limit, man. You can buy all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, we want Tesla Powerwall. AMG batteries, lead acid batteries, gel cell batteries. Like, there's so many options. You can go buy used forklift batteries. There's a ton of options. The end of days. Yeah, right? I know, huh? The pandemic. So I thought it was funny that like 2 days ago I saw this meme that that somebody had. I did not verify this, by the way. I saw a meme that says that San Andreas Fault, which is the one that runs by me, had opened up a crack like 3 feet wide and 20 miles deep, and then 150 miles long or something like that. I'm exaggerating everything because again, I don't know if it's true. Don't care. I was thinking it would be kind of funny that if all of California seems like it's burning, if it all of a sudden broke off and fell in the ocean and just went, and then all of a sudden Reno is oceanfront property. No, I'm kidding. San Andreas Fault is too far west to be oceanfront for Reno, but you get my point. It was the visual I had was just everything going and dry and being put out like lava falling in the ocean. So I'm optimistic that we're not all going to die, but I gotta admit it's a little weird with this pandemic going on. It's a little weird with all these fires going on. It's not exactly exciting, but I'm glad to hear you all are doing all right. I'm still doing good. We're still plugging away. Tonight, last night, a friend of mine told me that I seemed like I was a little, had been puffing. Well, I had been up and got the night before and gotten like 2 hours of sleep, so I probably looked like I was drunk too. So I apologize for that. But it's kind of hard when you're packing stuff up and having it hauled away to sleep, and then you listen to the radio and just stuff's just changing, and I had lost count at the Nixle alerts I got yesterday. I don't know how many there were. It was a lot, though. They just kept going off, changing evac zones, changing warning zones, changing this zone. I can't keep track of it all, but that's okay. I don't mind. For now, we're okay. Again, cars are all fueled up. Generators in the back of the truck. I got a second one down at my brother's house, so in reality, I'm better off than a lot of people because I can take my tiny house with me and I can stay in that. It's got drywall, it's got a bed, it's got lights. I just plug it into the generator, I'm good to go. The only thing I don't have is tanks. But that's okay, I don't care. I can go to my mom's, use the bathroom there if I have to. So, again, I'm not freaking out. It's all insured and got a plan, I got a truck, I got fuel, good to go. So, I don't know. Again, stay tuned to the links that I gave you below, the ones that turn out to be old and no good. Generally, I put on my own wall as public posts. Also on my Patreon, I put those on there, and I try to put them on Bluebeard Adventures on Facebook. So Facebook, I'm a little more gentle about posting, and same with Patreon. I don't post as much information. My wall, I definitely post a lot of links and videos and pictures to help people figure stuff out. Thanks, I appreciate the positive thoughts. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, not freaking out. Just along for the ride. This is not my first rodeo whatsoever. So, yeah, let's see what happens. Stay in touch. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, bell. Check me out on Patreon, Facebook. You get lots of information. Patreon has got far more goodies than everywhere else. So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support, patrons like Overland Family Man, Eric Tokel, Overland Trail Guides and Leslie. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so positive thoughts to everybody. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this calms down and the wind stays down so we have a fighting chance. In the meantime, check y'all in the next live stream. Cheers.